Hey guys, Paul Stevens again. Just coming back to you with another video about building a website from scratch. So this is the very first video where we actually do something. The last video I was talking about, some of what I was trying to get done, my goals, my accomplishments, some of my hesitations, and why I'm only going to spend about 1 hour every day working on this, and how we can still make progress, tremendous amount of progress doing that. So first off, let's go and get started. I do know a few things about this. I have built a website in the past, just personal website, just playing around. So I have some ideas. I have some knowledge. I know about the order I've been wanting to go, and I've actually been thinking about this for a few weeks now, how I wanted to get started. So last night I wrote up a list of the very first steps, and I've kind of put them in order, but I do anticipate some of this changing. So I'm going to be looking down back and forth between my paper and writing it down here on the screen just so you guys have so you can see it, and we'll get started. So very first thing, obviously, we need to obtain a domain name. Now, if you aren't aware, domain name is the web address that you're found. So for example, HTTP, I don't know, paulswebsite.com. Now I'm not going to use that. That's not what I want. I'm going to show you how to look for a domain name, how to find what's open, what's available, and to give you some tips and tricks on domain names you should try to get. For example, what stuff you don't want to look for. Next thing I'm going to get is web hosting. I may not get that right away, but this is web hosting. If you're not aware, this is where your site is stored. So once you buy a domain name, of course, you don't have a website. You need to build a website. In order to build a website, you need some place that's going to host it, a server somewhere. And I'm not going to purchase a server. You're probably not going to purchase a server. There's some really great deals online to purchase, and there's also some free options online as well. I'm going to go over some of those, not everything. I'm going to go over one I'm going to start with. And you know what? Later on, I might change. Nothing's set in stone. Next, email. And I'll probably start with a Gmail account. But this is not something that I'm going to keep, and I'll tell you why. For a business, especially if you're a small business owner, don't get away from Gmail, Yahoo, those free email systems. There's no reason for you to have that, especially if you've already purchased a domain name. So I'm going to start with email, Gmail, and that's just to get started, just so I can register for other services online. But I'm going to switch over to a custom email. A custom email being like Paul at paulswebsite.com, and instead, and that'll be so much better. It's going to look so much more professional. Next, I'm going to sign up for social media. Now specifically, I'm going to be signing up for Twitter and Instagram. Now those reasons specifically is because those two social media platforms have what they call usernames, and a username must be unique. So I can only have, there can only be one Paul's website out there. So I'm going to try and find a username that very closely resembles my website, my domain. I'm going to try and get that right away. Now I'm not going to use those social media platforms yet. I will use those later. I'll show you how to use them, how to leverage them to help drive traffic and spread the word about whatever it is you're trying to do with your website, your business, but that'll be coming in a later video. The reason I want to get that right away though is because those can be taken. So if I wait, week, 2 weeks, 2 months, 3 months down the road before I get started on social media, those usernames could be taken, and I don't want to risk that. So I'm going to get them right away. Hopefully find something that really closely matches my domain name. All right, next I want to build a logo and colors. Now, logo, that seems a little premature. I haven't built a website yet. You notice I haven't even started building an about page, welcome page, any part of that. I'm not getting into website creation yet. I'm going to need a logo, and you'll notice as soon as you sign up for anything, those social media platforms, when you create your website, you're going to need a logo, and it's going to help to have a color scheme as well. So you pick out 2 or 3 colors, or maybe even 4 colors that really you think matches your branding. And we'll go over that whole process together. That'll be another video, but that's going to come really early on. It might come, yeah, that might be right about where it comes. I might move stuff up and down a little bit as we get going, but that's going to be a really important starting task. Next, register for YouTube. Now, this is a little bit different. This is going to be custom to me. You as whatever website you're building, you may not need this. I'm going to need this because this is how I'm going to publish these videos that you're watching right now. And I'm going to be sharing these videos with you later. So I'm going to need a YouTube account to host these videos and then send along. And so that's going to come early on. That may come sooner so I can start getting these videos out before I go through these first 5 steps. But I'm going to do that very early on. Next is custom domain email. And again, this is Paul at .com, whatever my website domain is. So the reason, and it may not be Paul, it could be, I don't know, support or help, or it doesn't matter. I'm gonna have a custom email address, and this custom email address looks so much more professional if you're going to, especially if you have a small business or you just want to, you're doing this for your own personal reasons. Let's say you're building a resume website. You're building a site about you so you can apply for jobs. Awesome idea. Having that custom email looks so much more professional than, paul127@gmail.com. I don't know if that's a real email address or not. I'm just making that up. But it's at gmail.com. It just doesn't look as professional. All right, next. Next, I think we're really going to start on the website. If everything, and you notice how many steps down is this? This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8th step. Now this could be 8th step, but this could be like the 15th video, depending on how long these other steps take. So starting to build a website, even though it's my main goal, I'm not jumping into that right away. There's so many other things that I need to get started on to get ready for. So we're gonna start here. I'm gonna just build the basics. It might even just be an about page. It might just be a welcome page at the beginning. And then as time goes on, you can do a few more steps, then build another page and another page, because building a website can be very complex. You got to think about this in a lot of different ways. And I'm sorry, I shouldn't have used the word complex. It's not complex. You just have to give it a lot of thought, exactly the layout you want, the design you want, and all the different pages that you want. So I'm putting this out later, and it's going to be just the beginning, because we're going to do those one step at a time. You'll notice as you go through one step at a time, one page at a time, it becomes so much more easy. You don't have to have the whole broad picture yet to get started. So we're going to start building the website there. It's going to probably just one page, maybe a welcome page, and take it from there. The next, I'm going to start a newsletter. Now, a newsletter, again, it's custom to me, but I do recommend this for anybody with a business, anybody who wants to share a message, to share their message with other people. So a newsletter allows you to have people sign up on your website for an email newsletter. I might have sounded redundant there, but in short, let's say for my own example, for what I'm going, people who come to my website, they sign up for a newsletter, they're going to get emailed every time I come out with a new video. This would be great for you. You can sign up, you can be notified whenever I come out with a new video once every few days or so, and you'll be notified right away. You can take action, you can watch a video, you can move along building your own site with me. So newsletter is going to come pretty important. And oh man, I have a list about 10 other things that I'm not going to get. Well, there could be a website slider. If you've ever seen those are images that go back and forth on websites. Those are pretty important, look really professional. This might even come up further. I'm not sure where, maybe up in here. I'm going to build a intro video. And what that means is, if you watching this video, it's bam, all of a sudden I'm right on the screen. I'm saying, hey guys, how's it going? The little intro video is going to have my logo. It's going to say, whateverwebsite.com, episode 13, how to create an about page. I don't know, whatever it is. That little intro video is going to be the first 5, 10, 15 seconds of these videos that you're watching. It just helps give it a little bit more professional look and feel, makes it look a little bit better than bam, all of a sudden I'm right on the screen and with a blank notepad. Down here, some point along the line, there's some other things that I want to try and get done. One of them being, let's have a task manager. So right now, you notice what I'm building right now is a list. And this list shows different steps that I need to take. You know, these are different steps you're going to want to do if you're going to create your own website. And this is great, but there's so much more information on each one of these steps that I may not want to include on a notepad. And if we keep building this list out bigger and bigger and bigger, all of a sudden this list is going to get very large. So a task manager is going to help organize any show notes, organize any steps, and organize any videos. I'll be looking into that as well. Not sure exactly which product I'm going to use that. I have a couple in mind, but we'll get to there when we get to it. Okay, anything else? Oh, along the line, you know, look at Google, look at some analytics, website analytics. I'm just throwing some stuff out here yet. I'm not exactly sure what's going on. There's a whole bunch of stuff going on, but in the middle, and going along is going to show me what I should do next. I'm not going to stick to this list as the list to do one video on each. No, that's not going to happen. You know, some of these videos, you know, sign up for an email, Gmail, that's not going to take very long at all. Sign up for social media accounts doesn't take very long at all. Creating a logo and color scheme, you know, depending on how complex we make it, that could take a little while. That could be a video or maybe in 2 videos. Creating that first page on a website, that could be 3 or 4 or 5 videos depending on how long we take. And if you've ever built a website before, or if you ever messed around on this stuff, you can realize that you can really spend a lot of time tweaking the fine details. And that's what we're going to do together here as well. So somewhere along the line, back to my original point, website analytics. And website analytics are going to show you which customers are coming to your website and what they're doing on your website, which links they're clicking, how long they're on your website, do they spend much time there, do they just come and leave right away, that sort of stuff. That's another thing we're going to be covering at some point. Finance or bookkeeping. So 1 word or 2, doesn't matter. You know, invoicing. How do you get money? That's a big part of having an online business. Now, I'm not selling anything on when I'm doing this, but you know, if you are, let's say you're a small roofing company and you need to invoice your customers, you might have some software that you can purchase, but there's a lot of great tools out there. A lot of great tools that allow you to get paid by credit card. A lot of great tools that will send an invoice automatically through email, and they'll follow up with your customers as well. So 30 days pass and you haven't received payment yet, it's going to follow up and it's going to take care of that. It's going to keep track of all of your expenses, and it's going to keep track of all your outstanding invoices or paid invoices. Some really great tools out there. We'll hit that at some point in the future. Drip marketing, that's another one. That's kind of like the newsletter. Yeah, well, I'll put it down. Drip marketing. This is newsletter-esque. It's not the same as a regular newsletter, but we'll dive into that. And you know, that's good enough. I got some other stuff on here, but you know, some of that stuff's nitty-gritty that I have written down. I'm going to start here. So let's go ahead and save this list right now. I'm going to save right there to the middle of my desktop. And let's just call this to-do list. We'll call it website to-do list. Awesome. Let me just exit right here. This will be it. This is how we'll start. We'll start our videos. We'll bring this up. We'll say, hey, let's go buy a domain name. So that's all I'm going to show you today. Thanks for watching. I will probably do the next video, you know, pretty shortly, but this is stuff we're going to get done, and hopefully I've given us a game plan to get started and which task to take on next. And there's nothing left to it. let's go. That's it. I mean, that's really the point we're at. So thank you again. Thank you for watching. And once this video is online, please comment, please like, please share. Please let me know your thoughts. If there's anything else I should be working on, if you think this list is total junk, garbage, let me know. I'm okay. Failure is absolutely par for the course. I'm ready. We're going to get moving. And I welcome your thoughts and comments. You guys have a great day. Thanks again. I'll see you guys soon.